This week turned out to be quite an eventful one. Our camera broke, the internet and mobile network were down across the whole region for 24 hours, and then the wacker plate broke too, which for us is a pretty crucial machine for keeping the work moving. But as always, the show must go on, even if this week that meant filming things a little differently. Meanwhile, last week we upgraded the vegetable garden and planted the first seeds, and now it's a matter of giving nature a bit of time. Hopefully in a week or two we'll start to see the first sprouts. Inside, while the peppers are still taking their time, the tomatoes, cucumbers and herbs are already starting to come up in the seed cabinet. Now we just have to wait until the risk of frost has passed before planting them out. And this week isn't only eventful because of the things that went wrong, it's also the week we take you on the second part of our walk around the property to show you more of the land, while Philippe continues a project he started a few weeks ago and is determined to finish very soon.
Good morning. You can already guess what's next. There's actually an easy solution, but not the best, I think. There's an easy solution and there's a hard solution. The hard solution is what I'm gonna do. The easy solution is you have the main water pipe running from the back through here, is that I only put this one deeper. Done. I can connect that one onto it. I adjust that a little bit, adjust here a little bit, and I'm done. I don't have to touch the back, I do not have to touch those. But I do not want to risk it. I want to put everything deeper. I just don't want a second repeat. I'm 100% sure here everything works. Why am I 100% sure? The moment it rains, it comes out of the pipes. Might as well just put it deeper and it's out of my mind. I'm actually more worried about you guys having to re-watch it again than me doing it. I just do it. Simple. I'm just gonna go into my excavator. I'm just gonna start tearing it all up, digging it deeper, put it in, put the sand in and close it back up again, and hopefully in a week's time I'm done with it. For you it's 30 minutes, but then we're 100% sure that in the future as well it's not gonna be in my mind, not that there's that many trucks gonna pass anymore. The only trucks that need to pass is a few more for the 020, and after that it's not much, maybe a concrete truck. But anyways, let's just get it done, let's put it deeper. Take off a little bit more. Okay.
Next, our friend Theo was back to help us move those big beams yet again. It's not exactly that moving them has become a hobby, it's just the reality of renovating when none of the buildings are really in shape yet. Things end up being moved around a few times before the renovations have come far enough for them to get a more permanent storage spot.
Okay, next up, disconnect this. This one I'm just gonna cut off, to be honest. I'll be able to use certain parts of this hose, and I should be able to reuse them inside the barn. I'll use them to go from wall to have access to water points, because the downstairs of the barn is gonna be a workshop. So it's nice to have water points here and there if a device needs water, or a machine, or this or that. Okay, now we're talking, Ah, voilà. Oh! Voilà. Aïe. Voilà. no damage. Voila. The damage on the water pipes is from my digging. Hello dear sir. Good. Now, excavator, how will we do this? As we are probably in the future going to get new footers or new foundation for the building, because this is not good enough. I'm going to stop in front so I can pour a foundation without these pipes being in the way. Hello, Luna.
In a previous video, we took you on a first tour of the property, but with 2 small kids, we decided to do it in segments. If you missed the first one, I've linked it in the description below. Last time we started at the farmhouse, walked behind the 2 barns, past the vegetable garden, and up towards the tall trees at the edge of our land. From here we followed the path along those trees, past a spot we love, and continued onto a wooded area until we reached an old path that farmers have used for generations. That's where we had to stop because the path was too overgrown with brambles to get any further. So today we're taking a different route to show you another part of the land. Last time we were mostly around the upper field we call Field 1, but this time we'll be heading into a more wooded area. First we head down from the house towards the field we call Field 2. From here we get a good view of the field below, which is still pretty overgrown, but it also gives a beautiful view of the valley. Behind us is where we'd like to build our big pond. As we continue, you can clearly see how far the bramble clearing went. The left side is still wild country for boar, deer and other animals, and in summer when the brambles are full of fruit, it attracts a load of birds.
Ik ga de eerste zijn.
Ik ga de eerste zijn.
This is where Field 1 meets the forest, and as we descend we get different views over the valley, each one with its own angle. In the meantime, Odin had found a stick and was determined to carry it for the whole walk.
Je hebt de stok, hè?
the further we went down, the more we could hear the water. Until we came to a spot where it pools a little and where the wild boar and deer love to play and roll in the mud. Here we're at another edge of the property marked again by enormous trees.
Het is oké, Odin. Het is oké.
Now we're climbing back up towards field 1, but first it was time for a little break and a moment to enjoy the sound of the forest. As we continue, we come across a break in the forest, though as you can see, it's completely impenetrable.
Maar dat is ons bos?
Ja.
Nog daar?
Ja.
Daar?
Daarop.
Hey.
We've been filming with the Hover Air Pro Max. We like using it, especially in this kind of environment where it's really difficult to fly a drone, and if you make a mistake with this one, it doesn't matter. It's made of durable plastic. You can bump it against a tree and it will survive. We've had it 3 or 4 times now. It will bump and it will fall down. We pick it up and it works. If you compare it with our bigger drone, which is a good drone as well, but if you take it in the forest and we hit a tree with it, it will cost us a lot of money, so that's the difference. We've been using it like this, without any remote control. You just open it up, put it on. You have several modes on here, put it on your hand, let it fly and it will follow you, it will go up, down, whatever. That's the most handy feature for us, but what is included is a beacon. You can attach it to your bike or to your wrist, or when you go out skiing, and it will follow you a lot closer, and then you can actually give commands to it through here. So all the same you can set on here, you can do on this little screen, and you can actually even control it from this screen, so you can bring it back to home, whatever you want to do, so really handy. Onto the beacon itself you can attach 2 joysticks, and then you can actually control it without the little button. So if you only have the beacon, it's this little button, and when you attach the controllers you actually have a joystick, and here you can see what the drone is seeing. So very handy if you want to do remote control flying through the forest, for example, or whatever. If this screen is too little for you, you can actually connect your phone to it and then you have a big screen. So 3 ways of controlling the drone. You just bring this along if you want to be really lightweight. Then you can bring the beacon along if you want a little bit more control. It's actually 4 ways, because then onto the beacon you can attach the joystick controllers, and then if you want a bigger screen you can attach your phone to it. Then you basically control it like any other drone, up, down, let's go.
As we keep climbing, we follow the paths made by the animals and come across a variety of trees we hadn't seen before.
Mooie blaadjes, zie je?
Helemaal niet door mama.
Nee?
Als toen weg. Sorry.
Then, just like on our last walk, we find a few dumping spots for rubbish. That's another reason we want to clear the fields, so we can get to these places more easily for a proper cleanup. What you see here is insulation that must have been dumped years ago and possibly torn up by the wild boar that passed through here regularly. Finds like these are always a bit saddening, but they go straight onto our to-do list. And this spot is marked not just by rubbish, but also by some very old trees with trunks so large you'd need several people to wrap around them. We then slowly make our way out of the forest and head back to where we started, closing the loop.
This is not bad. The camera was empty, but I continue digging. This is for another rainwater pipe, that 160 that I will put deeper as well, and then this is already extra, I'm bringing it at the same depth as the other one. So that's for the pond we want over there, the first pond. So here is pipes, here we can make an area without water, and then there's gonna be the first pond, and then it's gonna be a stream. The overflow will be a stream to the second pond. Okay. So once there it goes down quite a bit, and this is only to pull through in the future electricity or maybe another water or whatever. But because I'm traversing into the yard where there might be my little excavator or my dumper driving by, I am going to put one of those 125 SN8 or CR8 pipes in, so it can withstand the pressure if I do drive over there something. Let's start again. A little bit of sand. And then I'm gonna open up the other one, because we got some sponsorships we gotta do work for as well. So it's always trying to find the right mix, because you want to advance in this project as well. But the sponsorships are necessary, because from YouTube we can live comfortably, not gonna complain at all. But just from YouTube alone, you can't renovate. So if you want to renovate, then you need to do sponsorships to gain more money. Simple. Or get larger. One of the two. We're trying to get larger, but that's not easy. I think we're reaching our maximum potential on YouTube. Heel lastig, hè?
Ah ja,
Erin en eruit kruipen alleen al.
zo...
Zo diep vindt.
Ja.
Ja, dan moet je erachter er nooit niet meer aan denken.
Nee, dat is waar.
Next up, the little wacker. There is a problem with it. There was fuel coming out of the air filter, and also the cord is broken, the starter cord. So I think it is the float that was not closing. So I'm hoping it's that. So the float probably was sticking, so it kept giving fuel and fuel. So it filled up probably the engine first, and then it started spewing out of the air filter. So what we did now, yeah, we took all, because I went to Claude, because here I don't have the means to do it. We took out all the fuel that was inside the engine and we replaced it with motor oil. The starting cable, I put a new one in, but I didn't do it correctly. So there is another way of doing it, but the spring inside is not working. So tonight there's someone coming to Claude. We'll have a look at it, if we can fix it and hopefully get it going again.
The original plan was to use the wacker plate in the trench where Philippe redid the pipes so he could close it back up and drive the trailer closer to the next trench. But with the machine out of order, he now has to haul the sand over to the next spot with a wheelbarrow. It's a bit cumbersome, but he's determined to get it done before the weather changes.
So someone came in the evening to Claude and he opened it up and he bent back the spring and it's working again. We looked at it, so we hope it's fine. We put new oil in it. A little bit of work to go, but we're getting there. Voilà. I hope you can hear me. The reason we're filming with the drone now is because our camera is busted again. Not because we dropped it, but I think the circuit board just underneath your button where you turn it on is broken again. So it's a second time. So we're gonna send it in, but we're gonna again be without a camera for 2 weeks. We had a sponsorship as well to do, and the camera broke in the morning. And then it was a hell of a weekend. Then we lent the camera of Theo. Luckily, we did our sponsorship with it, and then the moment we wanted to upload it, the internet and cellular connection went out for 24 hours in this area, so it was amazing. So this is a little bit more work because I got to connect the rainwater from there. I got rainwater here, but I'm gonna do the same way. Put a 90 on and first go deep and then connect it. And then I have my drain that I put extra in here that needs to be connected as well. And then we have the big pipe for the rainwater at both sides of the barn as well. Oh. Voilà. Doet hij het? Ja, oké, maar dan zal het goed zijn, hè. Once I start putting sand, I need to cover everything of the pipes with sand, because with the cats at night, they are the worst. They just play and play and play, and then you come out in the morning and everything is with rocks. Let's keep shoveling. Oh, my arms are tired. They are tired arms. They are shovel arms. And someone asked why I don't do it with the excavator. I did it once and you damage it. So I'd rather do it manually or tip it than scraping in here with my excavator, or I will have a very ugly trailer very soon.